some
Thank
of your
you.
turn of phrases have made me laugh. Yesterday, I was literally laughing at some of the things he said. I think one thing I sent you in our private text messages,
Mhm.
or would that you described the shift in Ethiopia from one that advocates for social justice to eschatology, and that was just something that made me laugh. And I think there was another where you said that you attended a conference. I think it would have been in 2014, in your capacity at the walking stick of Andreas Eshete. So I think you have a
Yes.
wonderful way of writing, a sense
Well,
of
that's
humor,
a that's
sometimes
that's
outright
a
funny.
that's a point of fact. I was in
Yeah.
Eshete walking stick that for many years. Also, one of the great privileges of my life was um, being employed as his walking stick was perhaps one of the greatest privileges of my life. I learned a great deal from him, from his approach to scholarship, but also to life. Um, it, yeah, so that was a point of fact. That wasn't a turn of phrase as such.
Yeah, but is it I'm speaking of Andreas Eshete. Is it fair to say that you looked up to him? It looks like that you have taken a lot of inspiration from his thoughts and writings and stuff like that. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. I
Mm.
think it's fair to say that um he is I mean he's never given me formal instruction as such. Um but he just being around him has allowed me I mean just in terms of the books that he suggests you read, the conversations that you engage in with him. He is a huge inspiration to me. Very much a friend, a companion also, um, but a mentor as well.
Mm. Mm. I wouldn't say I have read a lot of material written by him, but I think I must have read one or two articles by him. And a lot of people say that he's a person of principles, and he thinks deeply about a lot of issues. But unfortunately, he hasn't been given that much of sort of the respect and space to express his ideas in Ethiopia, especially lately. I don't know how that makes him feel now. But that's what I think.
Mm, I don't know. That's not something that I want to address. I don't. But I would suggest that well, not recently, I read for the first time his PhD thesis last year, The Social Structure of Freedom. And that piece of writing blew my mind, to
Mm.
be perfectly honest. I'd suggest I can send it to you. I'd suggest you read that. He has several other, I think people tend to focus on the papers that he's written in terms of kind of current events in Ethiopia, and not so much focus is given to his work in philosophy, which is really quite remarkable. Um, I mean, I think his best known paper is on fraternity, but
Fraternity. Mm.
yeah, but I was really taken aback by the social structure of freedom and the arguments he makes in that, which really anticipate, to be honest, things like the developmental state. This paper was written in the 70s, I think 1970. Um, and what it does is make an argument for a nation state in the first instance, and then a nation state that cares about the poor in the second. And the way he makes that argument is, to me, really quite remarkable. So I'd suggest, if you're interested in reading
Mm.
his work, I'd suggest those texts, and
Yeah,
I can
definitely.
perhaps suggest more.
Yeah, I would love
Yeah.
to. Yeah, I think we're going to